Hey noobs, neckbeards, and nerds, this is Josh from CollectionDX, and today we're talking about Koutetsushin Jeeg, which I believe means new steel armor Jeeg. So, Jeeg was a cartoon in the 70s, a kind of a out at the same time as Great Mazinga, and one of the original robots created by Go Nagai, largely financed by a toy company with a magnetic gimmick. So that came out then. Like all modern stuff, we've come out with a new version. So this would be Shin Jeeg, which is the new Jeeg. So right off the bat, you could see that it's in a lot of parts, and what that actually is doing is replicating how Jeeg comes together on the show. See the box, you can see kind of the lightning bolts connecting it all together, and it's basically they're using electromagnetics to assemble the toy. So I figured we would assemble the toy as it does on the show, and I'd walk you through some of what we got, what the parts are. Why not, right? Okay. So we will start first at the top. So we have the head of Jeeg. Has a cool metal joint in the middle, metal bottom. This is metal, and this whole torso, all metal. So basically, this just clicks in, and you can see that there's a little joint in the neck right there. So it makes for really nice posable neck. Next we got the arms. So basically each arm has one of these units with a little metal in it. First you do is you plug this into here, and then this is metal, I think. No, but this is metal. Then you plug that in, which is kind of rubbery, and this little ball at the end is metal. And then the fist. So that is an arm, and that goes on by metal, and you see there's a little joint right there. So do the same thing for the other side. Won't take about a minute here. The only magnet is where it connects to the body, like so. Next up is the little torso section. Not magnetic, not metal. Just clicks in like so. And then the hip area, this is all metal for the most part, with two magnets in there. And this just snaps in like that. That's what we got so far. Shin Jeeg. So the legs, this is all metal here. This is plastic with metal balls. The joint's metal, so it's shiny. So basically just clicks in like one of these ways. There we go. Like that. Same thing with this one. Clicks in just like that. The feet, these are actually rubber pads on the bottom. And pretty good articulation for the feet. It can go side to side and forward and back. Knee, same thing. It's got a pretty decent range of motion on the knee. And they just snap on. So here's the problem with Jeeg. Trying to get him to pose without looking retarded is a nightmare. He's got his center of balance, just like you could barely do it. You want to try to move the arms? Let's move this arm up. Oh! No, it just comes off. Alright, so we're going to do that part. But then what happens here? Oh, that comes off. So we want to swap a hand out. Oh, no. See, that piece came out. Oh, see, now look what happens. that piece comes out. How the hell are you gonna do that? I gotta use my teeth. Because this is almost the same material that the hands are made out of. It's a hard rubber like the hands are. There's really no friction, so you really have to kind of just go like that and bend it out to get it to come out. Kind of lame. This Jeeg, as a rule, is kind of lame. So, alright. You get some gimmicks. You end up doing this most of the time. You like the magnetic joints just aren't strong enough to kind of hold Jeeg where he needs to be, and he's just kind of like fiddly, and like you could not just get this thing to stay on your shelf. It will just dive or fall over at the slightest breeze. Stay. Okay, so yeah, he's got some gimmicks. Let's see. The Jeeg breaker is this here. These panels open, and apparently they do something. Never seen the show, no idea. I was never a fan of the Jeeg design as a rule. It just never did it for me. I don't know if it's the colors or the magnet action or what. Alright, so that's that. The next thing we have, this is, alright, I'll give you this. This is kind of cool. This is called the Jeeg Crusher. And you take the arm off, and you replace this part at the end with this kind of clawed one. And the weapon, according to what I can see on the box, is essentially Jeeg beating someone up with his own arm that somehow has spikes on it. But of course that the arm becomes heavy and the magnet cannot support it up. So once again, magnets. And you think about all the things that make a toy cool, and and that's gimmicks like magnets and metal and whatnot, and Jeeg has a lot of them, a lot of neat stuff. It's modular design, it's got magnets, it's die cast, it's, and somehow it somehow fails. It's disappointing. So what else do we got? We got this thing called Knuckle Bomber. Okay, so what that is you take the arms off, the forearms off, and they connect to this this unit here, which is basically meant to replicate son of a bitch. And how is that supposed to go? There we go. Alright. So replicates having his hands clasped together and like so, and basically what it does is it shoots the fist. Now, once again, hey, I've got missile firing, but it's a weak missile. Look at this thing. Ready? Not exactly what I'd call shoot your eye out quality. Alright, so enough of that. The next part of Jeeg that we have to show is the mock drill. Okay? See, these things here are drills. And what these little tabs here that you have to kind of get out. See them like that? Is one. Oh, that one's already out. Cool. And what these do is the tab goes into the arm to kind of just hold it in place. And essentially goes something like this. But of course, these make Jeeg stupid top heavy, and good neck action goes like this, so you can kind of replicate Jeeg flying around. I'm Jeeg. I'm pointy and fall aparty. Alright, so get over there. Alright, another thing that these things can do is they can actually combine into a weapon. And to do that, you need a little connector part. looks like that. So you basically put one in here, pull that down, pull that down, you snap the two together, and you get some kind of cool weapon ship thing. It's kind of neat. And also these drills, they turn, and they actually are modular for some reason. I don't know if this is on purpose or not. I haven't seen the show, but they come apart at each joint. So I'm sure in the show they do that. I just don't know. I haven't seen the show. Italians are going to love it. Jeeg's big in Italy. You know, it was one of the big things that, you know, we had, you know, Robotech and Force 5. They had, like, you know, Mazinga Z, Jeeg, and Daltanius. I learned that from somebody on CDX. I didn't know they had Daltanius over there. That's kind of cool. So, alright, there's more gimmicks we got to go through here. The one thing you can say about this toy is it does have plenty of things to do with it. So, you put this arm on. Kind of do that. Alright. Now we have what we like to call the big ass gun. Look at that. You could smoke something out of that gun. I mean, not that I do that, but you know. It's called the Jeeg Bazooka. Once again, magnetic connection point. Fold out the tab. Stick it in the arm. You've got Bazooka. Bazooka Jeeg. No, not Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Jeeg. Neat. Once again, what the hell? There are a few different hands, closed ones, open ones. One of them is actually a weapon called... and I'm only mentioning this because I love the name of it. Let me put them back together so I can do get the whole effect here. I don't know if you can see me doing any of this. Shit, see? Once again, annoying. There we go. Alright, so this little hand with the spikes on the end of it, believe it or not, is called the Hell Slap. That's right, the Hell Slap. Can't make this up. Look, check it out. Right there. Hell Slap. How cool is that? Hell Slap. I'd love to give the designers of this toy a hell slap for really just like, what the hell? You know? It's not a bad looking toy. It's just these joints, man. They're not, look at that. That's annoying as hell. I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's just the love for, no love for Jeeg, you know? Oh, another feature. I forgot one. So, like any good Go-Nagai robot, the head actually transforms into something. So this time it's a motorcycle. And what you can do is basically it becomes Jeeg, the head of Jeeg. And it comes with a special neck that you can put in the wheel in theory. There we go. And you just take this one out. And you've got a floppy head. So, whatever. But you get the gist, that's supposed to do that. Yeah, it obviously ain't... Oh, there we go. There you go. But the one that comes with it just looks better. So, yeah. So, that's my Jeeg review. Did I cover everything? Oh, yeah, you got a stand. Stand has your metal... Oops, sorry, dude. Has the metal plate, a metal-looking plate. It's not actually metal. The rockets go on the side. The doohickey goes in the back. It does have a little thing to hold Jeeg up, but it doesn't clip in. So it's kind of a waste. It just kind of Like, hope you don't fall. Hope you don't fall. You just spent a lot of money on me. See what I mean? Just could have been done a little better. So, that is my review of the Koutetsushin Jeeg Soul of Chogokin GX-42. I think this pretty much says it all. Should you like Jeeg and you really want this toy despite its shortcomings, you can get yours at Beta Toys, because even if they're not the most stellar SOCs, you'll still get them there at a really good price. Can't win them all. He's looking forward to Daimos, which should be next, and then after that the 80s Tetsujin 28 and Black Ox set. So this is Josh from CollectionDX saying Hell Slap.